Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. I'm in the process of testing something out. And as I like to say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, we're going to test out our functionality today, see how things work out in, in here. So, let's see. So, I'll tell you what I'm testing. So, if I do have anyone logged in, yay. If I don't, that's fine too, because this is my opportunity to talk to everybody. Hey there, hey there. So, what I wanted to do was talk about project management. While I'm talking about project management, I want to test out some of the functionality that we're seeing here on YouTube. Actually, I think this is my first time being live on YouTube. So, for those of you that are logged in, one, I'm going to tell you it's going to get better. And two, welcome. I appreciate you being here today. So while I am testing things out with your assistance, we are going to see if you have access to everything that I need you to have access to. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can show you my screen because I want you to be able to see it. I've been teaching I've been teaching, and in that teaching process, I get to learn things that my participants need. So, for those of you that are extremely new to me, I am a project management professional. I'm an Agile certified practitioner. I've written books on the topic of project management, and I am also one of the keynote speakers for the Project Management Institute. There is a course that I have. It's called the Project Manager's Prism. So I will be talking about that with you later. But one of the things that I get questioned on quite a bit is what other software programs are out there? And are there software programs that you think we should be using? And if we were to use them, why should we use them? Okay. So, in lieu of saying that I have a favorite software program, because I really don't. It's actually tied to the type of project that I'm currently managing. What is the skill set of the people who I am working with? Because I don't necessarily work with the same people every time. And what if they get freaked out by technology? I still want my project to go in. So I use all of those factors to determine what type of project management software would be best for them. And then I just tailor the project to that. It is important to choose one though, so I won't make you think that software isn't important because it actually is. It saves us quite a bit of time. 90% of the time, we're communicating. So, if we can find the most effective and efficient way to communicate, that's what we want to do. And our project software gives us the capability to do that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you part of my screen, and I'm going to show you let's see, I'm going to show you ClickUp. If you've heard of ClickUp, let me know. Feel free to type into the chat if you've heard of ClickUp, but I'm going to show you ClickUp. And ClickUp is a software program that assists us in making sure that whatever our customer needs, we're able to assist them. Ah, hey there, Phil. Good, good. Okay, projects are all about doing things for the first time. It is true story, true story. So this is that first time thing, and I am actually using another software program that happily is talking to the YouTube side of things. So this is that first time. Good times. So what I want to do is make sure that you have this functionality. I'm going to make this a little bit different. Moving you over. My face doesn't need to be a part of everything. You know what? I'm going to make my face go away. I'll bring it back when I need it. So, what you should see in front of you right now is a software program called ClickUp. Philip, have you heard of ClickUp? Have you used that before? Please let me know. Per Forbes Advisor, this is the top project management software that's being used right now. So I like to start here and then we can digress from there. But this is ClickUp. I am currently in the free version of it because I believe in free. And there are different project management methodologies, and ClickUp gives us the ability to tailor whether we're using agile project management or whether we're using waterfall project management. I'll bring that timeline back up. So what you're able to do is figure out what type of project management methodology you are going to be using for this particular initiative. And now that we have access to it, what should we be using to house our project documents? What are the things that we should be using to track performance? And ClickUp gives us the means to do that. So since everything started off with waterfall, this is where I'm going to go first. This is a template that we can use for waterfall project management. You may be aware that under waterfall project management, there is a project life cycle. This is the project life cycle in 2 seconds. So we have the initiation stage, the planning stage, the monitoring and execution stage. We have the controlling stage. We have project implementation, evaluation, and then we have our project closeout. So you have options here. What you're able to do is you can type in the stages if you want to. So instead of saying project, you could technically have it say initiation. Let's see if I can update that for us. But you are able to change this to whatever you would like for it to be. And then if we take a look over to the right, now you're able to see a timeline. But what if I don't want it to be a timeline? What if I want to show a listing of all of the things that we have to do? And if I'm not truly familiar with project management, maybe I'm going to be looking for a simple project schedule. So this would be what your simple project schedule looks like. I love using the user stories, even if I'm working in waterfall project management, because I want to make sure that I'm using my time wisely. For those of you that might not be familiar with the user story, it's just a template. It is the as a I want so that I, or as a I want so that we. And we want to outline not only what the task is, but why we should be doing this task so that we're using our time wisely. I am then able to assign this task to a person or multiple people. I can share what the due date is, and then I can let them know what the priority is. Is this urgent, high, normal, low? What is that? And then assign a project type to it. If I wanted to add to it, I could do that too, because that's good times. I could add a drop down, I could add text, I could put a longer text area, dates. If I wanted to automatically show what the progress is, I could do that. But I have options here, and I can add columns if I were to want to. I also want to take a look at Gantt, right? So all of you might know that Gantt is somebody's last name. He was the first person who used this, Henry Lawrence Gantt, Lawrence with a U. And I can track performance using Gantt. And my executives might decide that we want to have access to this Gantt chart. I don't need to know everything that your project team happens to be doing, but I just want to see this. Can you show this to me? So they can technically take all of or a part of the Gantt chart into their meeting. For those of you that are in love with Trello, please know that Trello is just a fancier version of a Kanban board. So I can just add a board. Back in the day, it wasn't this easy. Back in the day, we actually had to create different things. Now it's just a button push, and I can see all of these things in a different view. So that's fantastic. But this is really just a Kanban board. And as you can probably guess, this is not a true project that I'm in, it's just for our conversations. But I can click on one of these Kanban cards and I can either create a template for my team to use, or I can let them just document the type of work that has to get done. Fantastic, I appreciate that. And now all of these things are showing. If I wanted to put a checklist, I could. If I wanted to outline what my subtasks are supposed to be, I could make sure that they document that. But one of the fun things is that we're able to track performance, not just any performance, right? So when we have first outlined all of the tasks that are tied to this project, you may have said, we're going to use our critical path for this. Fantastic, critical path and use. And now you're having conversations with those task owners. What I like to ask them is, okay, Bonnie, the world was a beautiful place. How long should it take you to get data availability completed? If everything in your life sucked right now, how will it take for you to get data availability completed? If it's probably going to take this long, can you tell me how long that will take? So I have, in project management terms, I've just outlined by having this conversation with Bonnie, my time optimistic, time pessimistic, my time most likely. But that's still just a guess. I'm still just guessing. I don't want to guess anymore. I want to compare it to an actual. So what I can have them do is click start timer. When you start to work on data availability, we'll just say today, I want you to start timer. When you're finished working on it today, I want you to click on stop timer. And what this is going to do is this is going to track how much time it's taking for us to work on this particular task. As I like to say, but why should I care? I care because I have my estimate. Now I compare it to my actual, and now I can take a look at the variance. Are we doing better than expected, worse than expected? Are we on par? That's what we need to know. And this can help us outline that. If we take a look over in the comment side of things, I can at people. I can add an emoji if I were to want to. If I wanted to record a clip, I could put that in there. An audio, I could. Documents, files. I can do all of the above. If we think over to other software programs that are out there, as I like to say, that shall be nameless, it's just a running list of conversations. I don't just want a list of conversations because now I'm going to have a hard time figuring out what I should be talking about and what I shouldn't be talking about and where does this live. Using this Kanban board, using these comments that are shown in this field, I know that when I click on this card, all the comments are going to be tied to this. And that's going to save me time. If I wanted to automate things, I could automate things. But my focus is to make sure that everyone that needs to have access to things has access to things, right? Now, what if I'm more versed in project management and I want something that's a little bit more complex? I have a little bit more moving parts. ClickUp allows me to do that. So I can make this much more detailed. I can add things. I can even put what the estimated time of completion is for this. I can show that tracked feature that I just showed you on the other. And then this is my actual. How much money have we spent? Because you know someone's going to ask you that. What's our budget? How much have we spent? How much do we have left? I can also show this in a Gantt chart. I can show this in a basic plan, so it's not quite as detailed as the other that I showed. And I can also change the view. If I wanted to mind map, I could add some tables, show a breakdown of all of our team members and the work that our team members are doing. I can show all of that. If I wanted to add a calendar, I could. I have options. Whiteboards, we have options. Okay. Now, project documentation, that's a thing. Projects start off with project charters, right? And there's information that needs to be housed in project charter. And this gives me the template to be able to document it. Oh my goodness. Isn't that going to save me time? I already have a template. Can we tailor the template? Absolutely. I can also, if I'm working with vendors, it provides me with a template from my statement of work, which is great. When my project is over, it will also give me a document that I can tailor to me so that when the project is closed, I can house that. If I am providing status updates, it gives me the ability to do that. So, as you can probably tell, there are lots of reasons why this is considered as one of the top project management software programs in use right now. If I want to take a look at it through Agile, I could do that. This is a standard Agile, right? So it'll be tied to software and things of the like. I can have my Kanban board. I can show my roadmap, my Gantt charts, my timelines. And if I wanted to automate things, yes, please and thank you, I can automate it. Risks are a thing. It can show all of the risks that I have tied to this project. But it doesn't just have to be agile. It doesn't just have to be waterfall. What if I have events? Ah, I have events. With these events, I can have this overview here. Maybe I need to brainstorm and I need to be able to type into things. Oh my gosh, can I have a whiteboard? Yes, please, and thank you. I can have a whiteboard here, right? And my team, they're able to move things around. My team, they can add things. We can collaborate in this way. We have different functionality here, little special things, pictures, uploads. So we can do all of the above. If I have special guests, I can have something for my special guests. If there are contacts that I want to outline, I can make sure that we have access to that. I'm going to see if I can show you something. Just one moment. Because there are templates that we have, and it may not let me show it to you right now. But you do have access to templates based upon the complexity of it. Not sure that it likes that I want to be live showing it. So there are templates that you do have access to that you can add things. Right? But we have options, and it's all about the options. Right? If anyone has any questions, in fact, I'm going to take a look and see if I have any questions pending. Oh, can't charge, yeah. Don't cancel yet. Don't cancel yet. Combine. It has a lot of the things that we like to use. And I think it's important for us to know what type of options are out there. Okay. So we get to do a lot of the things, and I want us to be able to do that. Now, what if you are comfortable with Miro? I want you to know what Miro looks like. If you've heard of Miro, please let me know. I am looking at the free version of it. So we have our free. But with Miro, what we can do is we can create a board. So let's just say that your team isn't with you right now. Your team is in a bunch of different locations. I can create a board tied to the topic. What are we going to be talking about? Right? Do I have a kickoff? If I do, in fact, I'll show you what a kickoff document looks like. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it. So with this kickoff document, I love a good template. I don't necessarily want to have to create things from scratch. And now I don't have to create things from scratch. I can tailor it, absolutely. But what I can also do is just say, I like some of these items. I'm going to keep some of these items. I don't like some of these. I'm going to change some of these. So there are different things I can do. For those of you that are used to RACI, yes, please, and thank you, already has a RACI board. Responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. I want that in my life, right? So I do have access to that. I'm going to show you another board now. And as I mentioned before, I am looking at the free version because I believe in that. I have retrospectives, I have different templates I can use to help brainstorm. If I need to put together a project presentation, I could. Let's say that I am focusing in on the agile side of the world. I can just take a look at all the roadmaps and things of that nature that are tied to agile. If I have a creative team that doesn't mind that I like to be playful, I can use something playful. In fact, I'm going to take a look at it. This should look like an island once it pops up onto my screen. Of course, I want to refresh. No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Sometimes, Philip, it's time to let all the other things go. Let me refresh. Sometimes it's time to let the other things go and just do the fun stuff. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay. So my teams can have access to this. And can they type into these handy dandy electronic post-it notes? Yes. Yes, they can. They can type into it. They can move it around. We can rename things. We can do all of the fun things and make sure that they have access to all the things that are available. Okay. But I, of course, as you can probably guess, like to know what are the types of tools that you would like to see. And then when I come live again, I can show some of those other tools to you. I'm a project management nerd. I believe Philip knows that I am. I'm very much a project management nerd. Any chance there is EVA? Let's see. I'm a hummer. I'm going to try not to hum. Take a look at all the things and I'm scrolling. Ooh, we have a good PERT diagram. Love and PERT. For those of you that don't know about PERT, program or project evaluation review technique. So we have access to that. We have options. We have options. Cause and effect diagrams, fishbone. Love a good Ishikawa. But we have options. Research and design. These are some of the things that we have here. And it doesn't only just have to be this. Oh my gosh. In the Miroverse, because that's fun, you can technically create a document and then let the rest of the world use it. So these are templates that were created by the Miro community, and then everyone has access to it, and you can download it so that you can use it with your project team. Not quite sure about the head being off thing. The character mix and match, it kind of freaks me out. But outside of that, life is good. Life is good. EVA, Phil, tell me again what that stands for. Have our retrospectives, Easter eggs. What's that stand for, Philip? And then I'll take a look. That's one of the things with the English alphabet. There's only 26 letters. So what I think about for EVA might not be what you're talking about. Okay. But we have options. We have options. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows that the options are there. Oh, that's fun. A little bit of Pac-Man going on. Right. But we do have other software programs that we can use to manage our projects. Just so happens that today I wanted to focus in on ClickUp and Miro. If anyone has any questions for me, or if there are other software programs that you would like for me to walk through with you, I'd be happy to. I'm going to do my best. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to do my best to go live with something new every day. This does give you the option to use Teams, so you can incorporate Teams into this process. But you can do lots of things here. All right. Well, I appreciate you very much. Have a fantastic day. Until next time, I will see you. Have a great day, everyone.